Unless you've been hiding under a rock, everybody knows that black men have a thing for Latino women, Dominican women to be exact. Don't get me wrong, black men will deal with Brazilian women if they can get them, or Puerto Rican women, especially in the East Coast. And sometimes on the West Coast, Hispanic women or Mexican women. But the top of the food chain, in my honest opinion, is Dominican women, sometimes Colombian, but Dominican women, because Dominican women have that spice, they have that flair, they have the looks, and they're very similar to African American culture, especially in the States. And black men and Dominican women get along quite fine, unless you're Cardi B and Offset. But let's get back to the video. And this pairing has been quite popular, especially in North America. But it's very interesting how Dominican women view black men, but also how Dominican women, and this is some, because shout out to my Dominican brothers out there. Again, this goes on with other communities. Dominican women have talked down on Dominican men, and it has been evident online. I want you to hear what this lady says about dating Dominican men right here.
I will never date a Dominican man. So I saw this one TikTok that said that you have to look for a relationship with a man in the culture that aligns with your goals and what you want in your future, because it's an easier transition than trying to convince someone who has grown up in a different world, in a different reality. Me personally, I am Dominican and I love my people with everything in my whole entire heart. Like, I love my culture, but romantically, it does not align with what I want. It does not. I am looking for my life partner. It's not going to be cheating on me. My life partner is not going to think that he is superior to me just because he's a man. My life partner is going to respect me. And unfortunately, it's embedded in the culture. Dominican men are taught from the beginning, from their own fathers, from their community, that cheating is just part of the culture. It is part of the culture. I can't handle it. There's many, many, many women who, I'm not saying that they accept it, but they are just a lot better at handling these situations. They're on top of their man's phone. They're on top of their locations, where they are, who they're dealing with. I don't want to do none of that. It doesn't align with who I am. Last man that I dated, I was like, never, ever, ever, ever again.
Now, this whole idea of Dominican men being toxic is actually a joke, a real standing joke. And there's this brother here, Gadiel Del Obre. I know I'm messing his name up, but he's a comedian and he makes fun of it right here.
Yo, we some toxic ass men, aren't we, huh? Mi amor, yo me caso contigo. I'm like, you don't even know my last name. We're gonna change it. That's right, Dominican. Mom and dad, both Dominican. You know what that means? My dad left and started a new family. I don't like that. The worst part about Dominican men, when they leave their family, they start a family that looks exactly like the family he left behind.
Now, to be fair to Dominican men, every group of women do this, right? Ugandan women, I'm living in Uganda, they say the same things about Ugandan men, okay? Black women in America say the same things about African American men. And here's a clip proving that by yours truly, Olivia D's bitches.
Hey y'all, what it is, bitch. Okay, so I got a bunch of comments on my earlier video this morning talking about that creepy who wanted me to basically go on a date with him, and then he told me, well, when I want something sexually, I don't stop, you know, I'm persistent, Olivia. When I want something, I keep going, you know, basically acting all and shit. So yeah, I canceled that date, of course, but I got some comments saying that, see, bro, better. See, white men are nasty too. I'm glad you're exposing the bro, you know, better than that's a lie. Okay, you know why? And let me explain it to you. If this was a black dude, he would have taken me out on a date, intimidated me, and tried to coerce me into doing stuff, he wouldn't have warned me at all. At least this warned me, okay?
But here was something that was very interesting, because my brothers from the Daily Rapper crew put out this YouTube short, and they were talking to Dominican women about dating black men, because it's quite common in New York. And I want you to hear what these Dominican women said about dating black men.
Y'all Dominican?
Yeah. Dominican and Puerto Rican.
Is there a specific reason why you don't date Dominican men?
They're very abusive, they're cheaters, they're controlling, and they're cheap. Black men is the first men I know that don't have a problem spending it. I'll be honest with you.
In our community specifically, right, we constantly hear black women saying negative things about black men that other ethnic groups of men do, but you don't hear it on such a large scale. So why do you feel like Dominican women don't necessarily bash their men the same way in public how black women kind of do black men?
The way that Spanish women are raised is like to be more quiet to a man. Tone it down.
They don't give us the freedom to like speak up for ourselves. We just gotta deal with whatever.
But she said it though, it's the culture.
We don't get to speak down.
When women was raising their daughters, they was already telling them, oh, these shit, blah, blah. They mothers is telling them, no matter what. So it's the culture, it's what they was taught.
If you date a Dominican man, you dating his whole family. And anything you do to him, good or bad, his family's looking at you.
Now, according to these Dominican women, they have somewhat of an issue dating Dominican men, but they said, hey, black men don't mind spending money on them. Now, I want to preface that, because when I always hear about black women talking about black men, is black men won't provide, black men won't protect, black men don't want to spend any money, black men don't want to do this, and black men don't want to do that. But then when they see black men as passport bros or dating women out of the community, then it's an issue. The reality is this, and this is what I believe. Men of all cultures, all races, Dominican men included, black men included, whatever. A man will spend good money on you and will take care of you if you are a woman that's worth being taken care of. Point blank, period. And this is something that a lot of people, can't put out there. They can't get it together. So many women in every culture put down their own men. Dominican women are doing it here. African American women do it there. White women do it there, right? But when a Dominican woman is interacting with a black man, she might have a different experience. The same thing with a black woman interacting with a Dominican man, or whoever the case is, right? But the reality is that there are women who are experiencing positive relationships with black men. And when black men get these positive relationships, then they start hating on these black men and move the goalposts. All of a sudden, these black men are broke. These black men are dusty. These black men are this, and these black men are that, and everything underneath the sun. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear it a lot, and they're going to continue to do that. But the facts of the matter is, can we understand why that is the case? And I want to talk about, really, for ladies in the black community that have something to say about black men. Well, what do you say about these Dominican women that got something positive to say about these black men, right? And just like you will have other groups of women saying something positive about Dominican men, the reality is it be just really them. Because everywhere they go, the same women complaining about black men, there they are. The chick I just showed you, Olivia Dees, Vicious, she can't keep nobody. She don't even date black men, can't keep a white man. Always going through different white men, or they're going through her. So whose fault is that? You ain't dating no black men now, but every time you got a problem with these particular men. And that could be the same issue with some of these Dominican sisters on there. They may have that issue, but the reality is that a woman that is worth being taken care of, a brother gonna come to you and try to deal with you. Not gonna say it's perfect, but it is. And the women that can't get those kind of men, they probably need to look at themselves. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate for all you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.